Fear. Fear is a paralyzing emotion. When you're paralyzed, you're stuck and you can't move because there's a mental anxiety, there's an emotion that's controlling your thoughts and your ability to act on your thoughts. When it comes to fear, whatever it is in life, venturing out to start something new is usually what you want to do because life is meant to be lived forward. So it requires at times you do new things and you try something that you haven't done before. And so that brings a lot of fear. And you can apply this to whatever it is. In this example, we'll take, you want to hit the road and you want to travel, whether it's live out of your car or whatever it is, but you can take it to starting a new job, anything new. You want to venture out, you want to try this new thing, but there's fear. Okay, so what is fear? Fear it's an apprehension. It's an emotion that's, in one sense, trying to protect you because you're about to do something that you don't fully know how it's going to end. Okay, and so now you have to kind of convince yourself to overcome the fear. How can you overcome fear? Well, one is planning and preparing. Because as you plan, as you prepare, and preparing means some research as well, you begin to break down the mental anxiety of fear because fear is apprehension of the unknown. When you plan and when you prepare and do research, you give yourself knowledge. You give yourself tools to now combat some of the anxiety that fear brings because now you're not going to be really fearful of something that you know, that you're ready for, and that it's less of an unknown. Fear is unknown. That's why, in the dark and like on Halloween shows and stuff like that, it's all based on you don't know what's going to happen, and it's fear. It's scary music when you turn the corner. But planning and preparing allows you to see a little bit past the corner. It allows you to turn the lights on in your mind so that you don't go down this dark tunnel of fear. The other part of dealing with fear is, look, none of us know exactly how anything is going to end. No matter, even if you live in a safe bubble your entire life and you do nothing, you may not have to deal with fear, but you have to deal with the fact that, you're failing at life by not living your best life, by not going out there and trying to conquer some of the anxieties of moving forward and going after your goals and your dreams. I don't think anyone is really excited about life when they're stagnant. Okay. And look, even when you're moving, life is a battle. I acknowledge the hardships of life. I also acknowledge the blessings of life. It's the yin and the yang. It's the good and the bad. Do we create the world? No, we didn't create the world. We don't know exactly how the world's created. I believe in faith. I believe in God. What that is and how you define it's up to you. But you don't want to get caught in that Bermuda Triangle either, though, of trying to figure out everything in life. And focus on what you can control. Focus on making your life better. And making your life better is overcoming fear. You overcome fear by planning, by preparing, by research, and then by realizing that none of us know how it's going to end. Like, I didn't know that big-ass van that was parked next to me was going to move their car. And now I got the sun coming in here. It's making for a bad video. You have to do things sloppy, imperfect. If you edit everything, if you try to do everything perfect, that's, I think, a lot of times that people give into fear because they are picturing a perfect ending, a perfect life. Because what they watch on movies, which they watch on YouTube, the big content creators, they edit their videos, with a seamless transition with music in the background, and even bad things. They're not fully felt because it doesn't last long when you watch something else that's entertainment, right? So, I remember watching home renovation videos, and they would do a whole renovation. They would gut a house, they would run into some problem, but they would overcome it, and within a half hour a home was fully renovated. The real estate developer made hundreds of grand on it, and everyone was happy. But the reality of life is some things take a while. I think downsizing and planning and preparing take 2 years. It took me 2 years to downsize my life, to plan, to reposition my life, to get in my vehicle and just change my life around. But you may say that's a daunting task, 2 years. Yeah, but life is going to pass you by no matter what. So start now and refine it as you go. Be willing to do things imperfect, and then realize that, look, there is nothing to fear but fear itself in one sense. In one sense, look, you have to be cautious. You have to understand that, there are risks in life, okay? But at the end of the day, your risks are not, especially living on the road, it's not someone abducting you. Is it a possibility? Yeah. It's also a possibility you'll get drafted to the NBA. Small possibility, guys. The biggest thing you have to worry about living on the road is driving, because driving's the most dangerous. But that's it. I understand that maybe for women there's a little more apprehension, but I think, do some research, plan, prepare, have a backup plan. A backup plan is if stuff totally hits the fan. That's something that you should put serious thought into, because living in your car or starting a new business, something may not work out. Some people say don't have a plan B. I'm not saying have a plan B, so like as soon as plan A fails, you jump to the next plan. But I'm saying, look, if you plan, prepare, that means that you're going to save some money. You're not going to go out there totally destitute and take too much risk. Because if you take too much risk, you have no money in the bank, you have no savings, you have no information, then look, the higher the risk, the more likelihood of failure. So the biggest thing I would tell you to overcome fear is put some damn money in the bank. Have a job, because when you have money, you can do anything, okay? If it doesn't work out living in your car, you can rent a room, you can rent an apartment. If it doesn't work out, if you don't feel safe free camping somewhere, you could always pay for campgrounds. You can get the 1,000 Trails Pass, but you all need money. Money is the biggest equalizer to overcome fear. Now, if you still got money, because if you're living on $1,000, $1,500 a month, you should be fearful, because it's one step away from being destitute. But at the same time, if you supplement that income, and if you live below your means, and you get close to 2,000 or something like that, then I think, you don't have to live in fear. So, you have to kind of think about all that stuff. But the magical answer is action. Action overcomes fear. After you plan, after you prepare, after you research, then you realize nothing is perfect. I'm going to be scared. But, life is scary, some parts of it. You got to just go forward and mitigate some of your risk with some information, with some savings, and then with some backup plan. And then you just do it, and you stop mind effing it. That's the bottom line answer. Everything else is you just asking questions and you just going in circles because you're caught in your head. And I understand it. I have compassion. Just got to go forward. All right. Peace and love.